Day 2 of the Brembo saga. It's like the Frieza saga. This isn't even my final form. So we got.
Yeah, but that's gonna exist for you forever.
No, yeah.
Because you're never gonna.
This car is never going to be done. That's just how it is with me. Never stop, never stopping.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. So, the fronts are on. We still need to do a bleed, which is good. Yep. So the rears are coming off right now.
Well, hopefully. We don't know yet. We may have to trim this dust shield. If we do, we're just going to take this lip off and leave the back section on. So hopefully we don't have to, but we'll find out. I can't remember if the rear lip is big.
We'll find out. But yeah,
on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
On the next episode.
So, as you can see, this is the rear disc brake, and that's the new one. It's slightly bigger.
Yep.
That being the case, though, it does hit this back lip on the brake dust shield. To remove this, you have to kind of pull everything apart, which we don't want to do. So we are going to, like I said, we're going to trim right across this line where it flares out, and then just take that piece off, and it should just fit on without any issue. A little bit on the back.
Yeah.
All right, you can just, it's on.
Huge size difference.
Huge,
sure.
dude.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, look at the back. It's you can feel just how different it is.
Yeah.
You know?
I think there's spots we can just bend back.
No, I'll just snip it real quick.
Okay.
It won't take long.
Okay.
So like I said, test fitting is super important. You can see we're very close here with the new bolts, but we're just not quite there because we're hitting the dust shield right here and just a little bit right here. So we're going to take our tin snips again and just kind of come down and angle a little bit. It'll remove just this little tab and this little tab, but that should give us the clearance we need to fit that in there properly.
Yep.
Test fit.
Test fit your shit.
Always test fit.
Test fit that shit.
Okay, so you can see we clearance the side, and even then, if you get real close here, you can see that this is still touching the inside of that shield there.
Just barely.
But it is on.
Yep.
So test fit over. Now we can kind of assemble everything on here with the new rotor, get the caliper mounted up, and then start to worry about our brake line.
Yes, indeed.
See this? These little guys hold the pads in, so it goes this way.
Yep.
We're gonna put one pin in first before we worry about putting that in, because you can put it in after. Also, you have a little hole for the cotter pins. Try to make sure they're lined this way, so you're not trying to like rotate it while it's in there.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
Just something to pay attention to, you know. Put your cotter pin in. Now, we're gonna take this. It feeds, you wanna get close in here real quick? It feeds right behind the slide pin, holds the pads. And then we're gonna push this in, get our cotter pin lined up the way it needs to be. Push behind. And there we go. So you can see our little springs in there holding the pads as most forward as they can be. We have our little cotter pin holes right here.
Looks real good.
We're gonna take these and I'm gonna shove my head in the way so I can see. And then just gonna shove the cotter pin in. Grab the other one and come on. There we go. Do the same. And that's how you get your new pads in on your Brembo. And then now all we have to do is swap our soft line for new stainless steel lines, plastic. But we are going to get the other side to this point before we go ahead and pop this line off. We're going to do both lines at the same time just to kind of cut down on how disgusting everything gets.
Yeah. Try to leave it for last.
And then it's time to bleed at the end.
Yup.
So. Yup. So how's cutting that tin snap thingy going, huh?
You know, just artwork in motion.
I disagree.
I am a master at cutting dust shields, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna send you the picture of the one I took, and then you can go ahead and compare. You can put it up in the video. You can compare side.
If I could create a poll, I'd be like, who did it better?
Well, y'all can leave it in the comments who cut it better.
Yeah. Who do you... See, look at that. Isn't that cool?
Oh my god, dude. It's all bent.
Oh, it's amazing. Here we go. Huh? Look at that.
I'll send you the picture and you can... Oh.
Huh?
Yeah, I have that one long piece over there. And there's a multitude of...
I have sectional things and stuff and, you know.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's... Oh, okay. Yep, that looks...
You have to admit this is probably a smart thing to do.
It is a smart thing to do at this point, yeah.
Ooh, that looks... I actually do have to cut that though.
Well, you cut that off, yeah. So you can see here the little line we got to cut to fit the caliper on. Get a little in there. Because that is where the caliper bolts go. Same with the top little, this guy right here.
Yeah.
Also, when you're doing this with tin snips, try not to get metal in your hands.
Yeah, like I did.
I wasn't calling you out, but you admitted it, so.
I did it. Wear eye protection. Alright. Okay, so if you guys are wondering, the thread pitch is different on the Brembo rear calipers than the non-Brembo calipers.
You can see,
You can see it
here. One's fine,
easily.
one's coarse.
Yeah. So the part number, I ordered these from Z1. Part number
Right here.
is 08041-2351A.
Yes. You do need to swap over your washers too.
Yeah, you need 4 of these guys.
Yeah, so these
Super caliper.
these do fit the actual spot these bolt on right here.
Yep.
So without these, you cannot complete the rear swing. So make sure you buy these. They weren't expensive. They're super
20 bucks
cheap.
for the set.
Not a
Yeah,
big deal.
$5 a bolt.
So we have everything apart. The new rotor's on. We won't talk about the cut that was done on the back here. So now we just got to take these pads out and bolt the caliper up, put some new pads into it, and then we can start to finish up by doing the brake lines.
Yes,
The messy part.
yes, sir.
These lines, by the way, like we talked about before, they were specific for doing a Brembo swap on a non-Brembo car.
Correct.
They do come with, the front lines I believe are the biggest difference. I don't think the rear lines are too, no, the rear lines look about the same. You can find that out for yourself, just buy the kit.
Yeah, just order the kit.
But it does come with new banjo bolts that fit the Brembos and new crush washers that you need. So just buy the kit. How much was that again? I don't remember.
$109, I want to say.
So like all in on parts, just like if you found like some used rotors and kept the pads that were with it, just to do the conversion, like extra.
Yeah, it's
parts.
like it's just basically just lines and bolts.
bolt
You're
guys.
looking at like 130, 150 bucks tops for what you would need, assuming you got used rotors, used pads, used calipers.
Which we
and
did
then some
actually
fluid.
get used pads, but
We're not gonna do it because we don't want to come back to this.
no, it's not fun to have to come back here. So we're trying to swap these out. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull these pads out, bolt the caliper up, and then we'll start the lines.
Yep.
Brembo on.
Gotta catch those seconds at the track.
That's what?
Brembomon.
Brembo on. It sounds like a Digimon actually.
Brembomon, yeah. Damn, we got all 4 calipers on. Let's
It
go.
looks fucking great. No, I wouldn't lie.
There's nothing like a 350Z with Brembos on, dude.
Honestly, I love the.
It just hits different, you know?
It does. I just love the color they went for these.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a fantastic color.
I remember the first time I saw the G35 with Brembos on too, back when they looked new.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, that's so cool. I wanted a G35 with Brembos so bad, a G35S. you know?
Fair enough.
Like just a black one with a premium package.
And there we go. Brembo's on and solid. Now we just got to toss some new pads in, which are right here. And this was this side, so it'll slide in. Yep. We got grabbing some glove and lubricant.
Get the glove and the lube.
Yeah, exactly. That's correct. So, I believe this is a factory bracket right here for, I think there's probably a hard line that came off this and mounted up here. On the original set, this doesn't have that. But you can see we have our stainless steel line bolted up here, and it just kind of travels up, bolts right back in, and that's it.
Yeah, pretty straightforward.
Line's installed. One thing to note here real quick, pick up this washer. So when you get your lines, you're gonna have your banjo bolt and multiple washers. One side of the washer is rounded, one side's very flat. You usually want the flat sides to be on the side, technically goes this way. The flat side's usually on the side that actually mounts to the fitting. So the rounded side on this case would be the reverse, and it bolts in like that. So make sure you A, have these in the right direction, B, have them at all, because if you don't, you will leak fluid everywhere.
Yeah, good to know.
It's not fun times. And if you don't know, because some people don't, banjo bolts like these, you have a little fitting hole in the center, and then they bleed to the outside. So that's how all this silly stuff works.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put this line in on the other side and start to bleed.
Tell me, do you bleed?
No.
We will. Bleed breaks. Do you bleed? Okay.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna clean out the master cylinder here, because we want to get as much dirty fluid out as possible.
Thanks, Kermit. I'm so glad you're here today.
And I'm thinking we need to spray this thing.
I already did.
Oh.
You're behind the times, Kermit.
Okay, so to go walk you guys through the bleeding process, we went inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, replacing fluid as we went in the master cylinder. We had to, with the car on, 10 pumps and hold.
Yep.
Standard bleeding procedure.
For Nissans, actually. That's kind of...
For Nissans.
Yeah, the car on helps the ABS pump on this thing, apparently.
Yeah, no, I could, the idle was changing. I could hear like car was doing things. So held the pedal down, open, let the air out, close.
So forth, so on.
Back and back and back and back and back and forth until basically all the air's out of the system.
And you took it for a drive.
Yep, and the brakes felt fantastic. So that is basically going to do it for the Brembo install.
Well, how to put
Brembos on your non-Brembo Z.
Yeah.
So, you know, honestly, I'd assume that this is probably a pretty similar process for a lot of
a lot of big brake cars things.
Yeah, you know, like an SRT, you know.
Yeah.
You know, they have those SRTs, the brakes and non-SRT.
Well, a lot of people will move to like the Cadillac CTSV brakes.
Because a lot of guys will use Akabonos, Cadillac CTSV brakes.
Yeah, pretty
so
common stuff.
it's all the same thing basically.
Well, so, I think it's a little bit easier on this just because since these were 4 S350Z,
True that.
They bolt straight up. You didn't need any kind of conversion brackets or anything like that.
Yeah.
Other than the lines and the bolts in the rear. But those are readily available, so you just buy them.
And there's write-ups all over the place. Hopefully this helped you guys. Let us know if that was helpful for you guys. The video, otherwise, as you can see, also we got some new wheels on. We'll do a video on that too. Let you guys know what we think about them.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys thought of the video in the comments down below. And if you like the video, please make sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one.
And we appreciate you guys. And it's like Brembos.
Brembo, bruh.
The Brembos. The real Brembos.